that's the wrong one. That's the right one. That looks better. Say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're getting picked up.
Word.
So, do we intro?
I mean, we are at the crib. So,
little tour of the house before we get started, or do we?
I mean,
you know,
the house. You know what I mean? Welcome. I know where your ass should be.
Yeah, actually makes more sense. Stay home. It's quarantine time. You've reached the quarantine episodes. What are we calling it? The quarantine edition. Edition of Thawt for Food. Mm-hmm. I'm Luke Skyy.
I am NME.
I guess we're gonna skip the traditional Thawt for Food type of broadcast because we can no longer go to restaurants to record these.
Right, and there's nothing typical about anything right now. So
at all, and we're gonna continue as if the world intends to keep on spinning, and that means I have a podcast that needs to be maintained, and so here we are. We figured we'd bring it to you inside our undisclosed location, what we like to call Fort Knox.
Hey, Fort Knox.
Knox Court gets it in.
You know the vibes.
All right, so we figured we'd do something a little different since we're just chilling at home, quarantine version. We're gonna let you in on our little game of chess. Neither of us are professionals or have played this game in quite some time. And I think last time I played, I forgot how to move chess pieces. So we're gonna have our conversation over chess today.
Over some chess.
Yeah. So what did we kind of got started? Well, how does this go again? Smoke before fire.
Smoke before fire.
What is so? Is that's white before?
Yes, because that would be the smoke.
Because typical.
Before we get started, though, I'm
Oh yeah. Let's bless the joint.
This.
Actually, before you do that, we should light this incense too.
Let's do that
because we're at the crib. Let's get the demons out.
Set the mood, right? This one's for all the quarantine folks out there.
Yeah, we love y'all. Oh yeah, I guess before we go any further, we might as well start in the way that makes the most sense. Send love out to all the workers out there doing their thing. I mean, all the workers too. I'm not talking about just the nurses and shit. I mean, obviously we don't have jobs right now, but everybody.
Shout out to the nurses though. Real talk though.
Yeah,
they're out there doing it. They need to get this some damn PPE. Send them some PPE.
Yeah, I hope. You know what I think? Honestly, after this is over, we have to have like a national nurses day. They need to get some fucking time off. We need to find a way that once this is over, you know, we get them some time off, some well-deserved time off.
No doubt. And teachers too, man. All the parents at home right now that are homeschooling, that just became third grade teachers, and some of you, I saw somebody that has a kindergartner, freshman in high school, wow. And then I want to say a third grader or some shit. Like they got all these different levels they got to deal with.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Salutes.
Shout out, the parents. That
luckily, my kids are in both the same grade, so it's a matter of just making it relatable for them to digest. You know what I'm saying? At school, I feel like they just throw things at them. And I'd say all schools, but for my kids personally, they learn better when I can equate it to something that they enjoy. Pokemon, gotcha, whatever. You know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out. Shout out to the parents. Yeah,
because, everybody's having to make tough adjustments these days.
No doubt. And the unsung heroes at the grocery store.
The grocery store, absolutely. And
they are holding us down.
All the people that are out there still delivering, and all the people that are still out there working the farms, making sure
special shout out to the weed man out there still making that happen.
Y'all are essential. Y'all are essential.
Salute.
For sure. It's a different time. History being what it is, we were talking today that if we look over the course of our life, the things that are big historically that kind of ended up in history books, and this might be the one of the last of my lifetime that sticks out.
I'd hope so. Let's hope this is the last major one because we've lived through a few, you and I.
Already, yeah.
Oklahoma City bombing, for sure. The first World Trade Center bombing.
And then the big one.
Then the big one, the one we all know about, the one we don't forget.
Yeah, the financial crisis of 2008 was big. Y2K? We survived Y2K,
I always thought that was some bullshit.
It was.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you're telling me because the clocks and shit are going to reset because everybody set everything to 2000 because it seemed so ridiculously far in the future at the time, the 60s, 70s, whatever, and they were setting these numbers. And then it came up, and they're like, oh no, it's going to go to zero. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
I thought it was very strange that everything was coming up missing. And just like it is now, you go to the stores and toilet paper's missing, and paper towel.
Yeah.
Hands, and like, it's the weirdest thing. And I'm like, next day came, and everything was just fine.
Everything was fine.
So
this is different. I feel like, a lot of the pandemonium in the past is somewhat unwarranted in scale and size to what seems to be happening right now because this is global, whereas all those other things were like central to.
I mean, Y2K was global, right? But we figured it was okay because we saw Australia get through. We saw Australia like Australia's good. We're good.
Yeah, for sure.
We're good.
There was a good section of the world that didn't have technology that wouldn't have even been one way or the other about.
Yeah, so they weren't even worried about it. So yeah, you're right. So there's a portion of that. So you're right.
Was it like there's a country that their year's like fucking 2050 something already, and they
don't go by the Gregorian calendar. They go by their own shit.
I wonder what their clock.
Yeah, I bet you.
Spin the clock.
Time must be fun where they're at.
I'm gonna get this chess game started.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. So I haven't played chess probably since elementary school. Like seriously, I used to be on a chess team. In elementary school. Shout out Richard T. Castro, Westwood Elementary.
Westwood.
Here we go. That one there looks good.
Word.
So yeah, I mean, we were listening to 80s music today. I feel like, I learned the game of chess playing with my mom, listening to 80s music, listening to her type of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I used to get chess lessons from this homeless guy on Colfax. It's Colfax and I want to say Grape. There used to be a McDonald's over there. I think it's like a veterinary spot or a veterinary right now. But this dude, my mom used to buy him cheeseburgers and shit.
Nice.
And we would go in there and he would sit down and he would teach me little things like, no, you don't blood, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. Disclaimer, we are in a house full of animals, so from time to time, we're going to have these little shits walking around becoming little nuisances. So, we ain't going to Tiger King anything over here. We ain't. But yeah, no, it wasn't like tradition or anything. My mom taught me the game. My uncle was really into board games. Taught me Risk and.
I always hated Risk.
Risk is such a long game.
We have it so long. I know, and that's why I stare at it like, nope. I'm not playing that shit.
Yeah, 12 hours later, and we're finally done playing.
Bro, I'm good. So that's like Monopoly for me though too. Monopoly. I feel like can't feasibly go 4 hours. I've seen people put games down.
It has.
And then come back
the next day.
the next day and be like, yo, I'm coming for you, B. And you be like, for real?
Yeah, no.
It's been days. I forgot where I was at. What kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I could get pencil whipped right now because I don't even know what's happening.
You can pick it up. It's thinking about the times where we gathered as families and fucking tried to sit down and play a board game and shit just turned to ruckus because either my brother and I would start fighting or my sister and I would start playing. Somebody ain't playing fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, I used to take shit personal. I used to get mad nah, hell no.
Yeah, oh yeah.
My mom be like, nope. She was always my mom too, because I'm an only child, so she would, dude. We used to play dominoes, and she used to take my money, legitimately. We used to play it for quarters, and she would take my fucking money. She
would give you money just to take it from you?
Nah, basically.
Yeah,
basically.
Because it wasn't she was the one that was giving you the money to begin with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What'd you do? That's a horrible move. Shouldn't have went there. I'm gonna take all your pieces.
Shouldn't have done that.
Right now. He's safe. I like that move right there, though. Yeah, we are listening to Mozart or
Beethoven?
Ludwig Beethoven. Yeah, we did.
Man.
We did look it up. We are within our copyright. The man is over 70.
It's been over 70 years since his shit was, so he's good.
This is a very sophisticated.
He's handsomely rewarded in history.
Sophisticated quarantine night.
Fun fact: we share the same birthday, so
there you go.
And also with Benjamin Bratt too. So
there you go. I don't know who Benjamin Bratt is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Doctor Strange. Remember he sought him out. He was the dude that first put him onto Camertage.
Oh, okay. That's Benjamin Bratt. What was he on way back in the day?
Like NYPD Blue or some shit like that.
Okay.
One of those cop
I think
shows. It was something like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Something. Maybe Law and Order. Maybe it was Law and Order. I think it was Law and Order.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Law and Order for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. Him and Dennis Farina. Yeah. They might not have been partners, but he was partners with Lenny. R.I.P. Lenny. If you're a Law and Order head, you know what I'm talking about.
There's one. I wasn't into like cop shows.
Bro, I still watched it. You know that.
Yeah.
I watched them shits. Dateline. That's why I think everybody's got somebody tied up at the crib. Everybody's got some,
Yeah.
Wait, what did you went? Okay. Yeah,
I did go.
You
Yeah,
did
I moved
okay.
the night to B4 agenda.
B4 agenda. Night to beat quarantined. Like this is
coming for that ass.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, normally there's numbers and letters on the side. This is
yeah. This is a fancy,
I mean, it would be nice for all the viewers or all the listeners that aren't gonna watch this podcast if they could actually hear it, envision in their mind exactly what move happened when I put you in checkmate. You know what I mean? And they could see it, envision it.
It's just gonna happen, baby. So stop and be said.
Uh-oh.
Stand up!
Trying to be a threat to my pawn.
Trying to be a threat all the way around.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. That's legit. I don't know if I'm trying to be a threat. I always think about this. I have this friend who was in the Army. And he says one of the biggest things that they try to drill in your head is you're either a liability or an asset. And I'm like, kind of makes sense.
In the scheme of things, yes.
It kind of makes sense. I mean, it kind of sucks that they thrust him into that, into that role like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
Yeah, they don't want you giving away positions and shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was talking about, like, how it extends the everyday life for people and shit, too.
Yeah.
So, do you think, what does that look like for people either being a liability or an asset? Well, I mean, right now, staying home is a motherfucking asset.
I feel like
going out is a liability.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel like if more people thought that way, shit would move a little bit differently.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if people thought it's like, oof. Like in every situation they think about that, like I'm a liability or I'm an asset, either or. Like it's not,
Is that a good way to maneuver through?
I don't think it's necessarily bad. Maybe just forethought is what I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? Like if you just have forethought, think before you speak. Or like my mom always told me, begin with the ending in mind, and like that's always stuck with me. Ever. For one, she yelled it at me for fucking years, so it is permanently in there.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
But I feel like, even including myself, if I put more forethought into things before I did it, there's probably things I could have misstepped in lives. But, live and you learn.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Is that something you should put on your mirror? Like, are you going to be a liability today or are you going to be an asset? I mean, because I've been a bit of both.
Maybe you have, like, pull tabs, and it's like liability, asset. You just pull one.
Which am I going to be today? Yin or yang?
I'm just not feeling it today. I'm going to be a fucking liability today.
Am I going to go out there and just raise hell? Or am I going to go out there and help a lady with her groceries cross the street?
That's nice of you.
I mean, but then if you're a liability, you go out there and you throw the groceries on the ground, right? Is that the opposite?
Throw it on the ground. For real.
Oh, fuck your groceries, bitch.
I don't need your fucking hand out.
My dad's not a phone.
It's very true, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I mean, I guess you're right. I guess in the grand scheme of things, if you were to put that in your mind before you stepped out the house, whether or not, today I'm going to be a liability, and I think, far be it from me, like I've been both in the past, but maybe that was like an unconscious happening. Like it wasn't really me thinking about whether or not I was going to be a liability or an asset.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Like if I would have put more effort into said thing, check. Yeah, that looks good. Check it out.
Yeah, I used to move with like a sense of, is this gonna get me in trouble?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna get in trouble? Am I gonna have to sit down and talk? Because the one thing I never wanted to do was sit down and have like a talk with my mom.
Yeah.
One thing I ever wanted to do was sit down and talk with my mom, because that woman can talk.
Yeah.
Love you, Mom, but shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be a cold day, you know what I mean, before she'd let you out that room without saying 1,000 fucking similes. It was crazy. So that
she had shit to teach.
Yeah.
She had shit to teach. I mean, yeah. And we talked about this last time, it's just the way that they were taught, I'm sure, I wonder if you think that was exactly how your grandma approached it, your grandfather, when she was...
Yeah, probably. Because that was that southern upbringing, you know what I mean? I mean, we're from here, but the whole family's from Louisiana. Yeah, so everybody's got that hand of God.
Preach to you.
Yeah, everything's got to be biblical in some way, Yeah. And it's cool, but they were devout Catholics, so my mom went Baptist when I was a kid.
Yeah. She's good.
Okay. But yeah, other than that, like, yeah, I would think so. I would definitely think that would have a hand in how my Dukes moved and how she still is till this day.
Right. Yeah.
She's a definite force.
And and I think about the reason that is, and why people act that way, and it's because they love so heavily, they love so hard that once it looks like it's going wrong, they kind of lose it. They're in their mind maybe not keeping up on their responsibilities of raising you right, because you're acting out of character as to what they want you to be as a young person in this society.
Mm-hmm. You're not who they thought who they wanted you to be.
Yeah, but it's all a lot of hypocrisy, because I mean, I know my parents were getting down,
Oh yeah. My mom too. My mom, when she was 18, she was definitely getting it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she was out there. And I couldn't, I couldn't be mad at that. I had to learn to grow with that, but it was fun. But I think about those times like, yeah, Mom's been hard. Yeah. And then she's all calm and shit now.
Don't do that. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I think about my dad's side of the family, and he was the more so the disciplinarian in my family. Yeah. He was the one who had to carry out the discipline, and as far as what that looks like for all intents and purposes, I could only imagine the things that he went through, being a black man growing up in the 60s and 70s. It was like his parents were still trying to figure out what their role in America was going to look like. And, they even slightly stepping out of bounds meant that, you could be, forever outcast from American society one way or the other.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the amount of rage and anger that builds up over a course of time, like having that mindset, like you can't freely move in a country without being worried about something.
Yeah, about being hated on because of how you look.
Well, yeah,
and you're just trying to go to fucking work.
Yeah. I mean, and we are a very, lucky generation, but it's going to continue to get to the point where, we don't have to even consider something like that.
Yeah.
It's just going to take some time.
Well, I mean, time is a funny thing because
isn't it?
We were just talking about this today. My grandmother was born in 1937 in Slidell, Louisiana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that woman has seen some shit.
Oh yeah.
So she's walking around willy-nilly, not giving two fucks about this coronavirus thing because she's like, fuck this. Like, I've been it this far, like, basically eat a dick. Like, I'm gonna go do my thing.
For sure.
And I'm like, Grandma, pardon my French, but sit your ass down somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come get your groceries for you. Like, chill.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're telling me to sit down? And I'm like, yes, Grandma. But like, stop this. This is nonsense. You're in your 80s. Like, chill. And like, I had to think about that. And that's what we got to talking about that earlier. Like, ooh, shit. Like, man, she doesn't care.
But they get stuck in their ways, and I can't fault her.
Yeah.
I said that too. Like, I can't fault her. Like, I mean, as long as I say it all the time. As long as I got air in my lungs to breathe, I'm gonna breathe it. And I'm, it's hard to, and we've all experienced it because it's hard to sit down.
Yeah.
Because we're so used to a certain lifestyle that, like, finally taking a moment to, like, sit down ourselves is gonna take some time to get used to. So imagine have been doing that twice your lifetime.
Yeah, for sure.
And then being told, nah, cut it. Sit it down for a little while.
I'm like, Grandma, dude.
And I like the easy life. I bask in the opportunities to not have to go, work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I went and got her groceries today and I walked up on her. She was on her patio, asleep, like basking in the sun, just eyes closed. My grandma, she like jerks up like, hey, how long you been standing there? I'm like, oh, I just walked up. Like, oh, okay. Like, she was out on the porch, just enjoying the breeze.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn. I wish DPS would have gave her more than just a plaque and a high five, but, that's a whole nother thing, but.
Yeah, I think the medals are in the heart.
Yeah, but it could be nice. She didn't have to worry about shit every month. Not worry, but she's like, because she budgets well. She's very well managed with that financially, but like, she should be able to do what the hell she wants to do. And she does within her means.
Right.
And I'm not saying she's not uncomfortable. I just wish it was more for giving fucking 30 plus years to that goddamn
system.
School district. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Raised generation of kids out of that place.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we haven't treated. Imagine. Oh man, goodness gracious! I think about how good school would be if we in this country put a premium on teaching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If we were like, you know what, we need to take care of the people that are teaching these young people and pay them well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that they do their job well.
Huh.
So that, we're and have the supplies available to
be able to do that.
To be able to do this.
Yeah.
In the best way. And not just have to, of course, the more money you have, the better the education you could get in this country.
Which is horseshit, because you're getting the same education across the board, right? Like, how are you charging at one college more than the other when you're getting the exact... See, we can go down a hole all day, but pisses me off.
And
okay.
you're getting a piece of paper that has value on it, that's only worth the value that you put on it.
Right.
I don't think that was a good move for you.
That's okay.
Actually, that was the fine move because it was going to go the same either way.
It's okay. Yeah, no, man. I feel like they should have done teachers better.
No, we should. We should have done absolutely but we should start doing.
Yeah.
We should start raising the generations of kids that have a better chance, you know. Because things could be a lot better.
Oh, for sure.
Things could be a lot better for sure. And it just shows in the way that we treat the people that treat the rest of humanity.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And I feel like it doesn't even get the recognition it deserves sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
what's up with that?
I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
What's up with that? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, you do know what it is. It's like it's the way the system is set up. It's the way that broadcasting works. We're not properly informed in this country. You know, imagine if everybody was properly informed on the issue that the teacher that is teaching your kids makes as much as I do serving in a bar. And which I'm truly grateful for, but the reality of that is that shouldn't be happening.
Right, it shouldn't be a thing.
And I'd make good money, but the teachers, the nurses the firefighters, they should be making more money. They should absolutely be being well compensated.
You don't think firefighters are getting paid enough?
I think I may be wrong, but the last few times that I have kind of did some research on, the public workers and how much they're getting paid and compensated for the job that they're doing, is to suggest that it could be better.
Could be better. Fair enough.
It could be better. I think again, I always gotta finish these sentiments off with think we're getting better overall.
You think?
It's gonna be hard to tell what it looks like after said times. That is something that heavily weighs on the mind because it could absolutely get better. We could absolutely start putting focus in areas that we need to put focus on in order to move this thing forward and be beneficial for more instead of just the few. So I think. What do you think? You think we're gonna come out of this on the other side more centered and focused community of human beings in the world, ready to take on some challenges that have been maybe asleep for a while because the corporate oligarchy says so?
I mean, I'd like to say so, but no.
God, that was a hard sentence to construct.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I definitely think we're going to come out the other end of this shit completely different, for sure.
Yeah,
things are not going to go back to the way it used to be.
Yeah.
But in that token, I hope there's a more of a positive effect to it. Than negative,
And where I'm at with things these days, being on this spiritual path, I look at things in a very yin and yang sort of way, not like a black and white sort of way. So, the one hand we're being presented with all this negative energy in the form of coronavirus that essentially its opposite has to also exist.
Right.
So if we're going through this period of yin being enveloped in coronavirus, that maybe on the other side of this is its period of the opposite.
I hope, man, because I don't know what the future will bring, obviously, with all of this going on. I just know it's not going to be what it was come January 1st, 2020. You know what I mean? That was now between that and now it's a whole different thing.
Yes, I mean, no, and that's even going too far back. January 2020, everything was okay. Everything was good, boy. We was chilling. We was making plans for the next show. We was chilling.
Cold chilling.
We're talking about 3 weeks ago.
Stop. Yeah. I remember getting that text like, It was the text. It was an alert that Governor Polis put out that we were going to shut down all restaurants except for carry out and delivery.
Yeah.
And I sent it to Ariel. Shout out Ariel. Yeah, solidarity. No, but she was like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, all right, well," and then she texted me back like an hour later, like, "We're gonna have a meeting," and then it's just here we go.
Yeah.
Stuck in the house.
Yeah, it happened. It happened fast, and I remember we went from preparing for what was about to be the busiest weekend
opening day
of the year. No, for St. Patrick's Day.
I think opening day is bigger than St. Patty's Day.
Either or, though, we're getting to this part of this.
The meat of the where the bread, where the actual bread comes in. And
yeah, for sure. We're all licking our lips because it's
like,
about to be open season.
I'm about to get this money.
You know, if we would have been able to, I mean, because they knew about this shit back in December.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We weren't able to prepare for any of this shit.
I heard it was as far as back as November.
November is when they caught the first case, but then you consider how long it takes for the Chinese government to
let go of the actual,
assume that it's good
to let go of it, to be like let go of that information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So hey, the whole world's at danger. By the way, this thing is fucking wildfire on human beings.
By the by.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew this.
But, to say that our sources of information and supposed protection knew about it back in December, January, and how close it could be to affecting us.
Yeah.
We could have done a lot better job.
Yeah.
At saving some of our grandparents in this situation. Man,
and there's so many people I feel like could have done something other, you know what I mean? Like the asshole that was like, I'm good.
Oh,
just got an itchy throat. And then he gets on the plane anyways.
Yeah.
And it infects all these people that are going back home to their families and their jobs, whatever you have you. And now these people are either sick, some might have not even be with us. Like that bus driver in Detroit. Did you hear about that?
No.
The bus driver in Detroit, there was a lady on his route on the bus that was coughing without covering her mouth, and he went on like Facebook Live and was talking about how we need to be protected, like he's talking about transportation workers and just people in general on the bus. And he was like, this lady's just coughing, there's no regard, like we got this issue going on right now. And then he come to find out he got COVID-19 and died like a week ago.
Did he?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And the lady, and he come to find out the lady had it too. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. Sure. It's crazy. And I'm like,
that's
dude. Yeah.
So is that how? Oh my god, that's.
I know. Like, is that like manslaughter?
That's what I was thinking. Is it like because if you knowingly give somebody?
Yeah, that's got to be something like that,
AIDS,
right?
Like, but I mean, again, though, how much can we blame her? When she wasn't aware of how to handle it before it got to that point.
No, well, either way, if you're coughing in public, it's common knowledge to cover your fucking mouth.
Yeah,
that's basic. That's kindergarten 101.
That's not excusable.
Yes.
That's not excusable.
Cover your fucking mouth.
That's not excusable. At the very least, that's
bare
not
minimum.
Excusable.
Bare minimum. Cover your goddamn and you know what? Do the little vampire.
Yeah.
Don't do this because you're gonna touch shit. I always get weary about door handles and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is about.
You let your sleeve down and
or I'll do it with my coat. I saw the dude at 7-Eleven watch me do that shit, and he was like, "Huh."
Yeah, for sure. We take precautions out here. This is, and I was saying this the other day too. Like, this feels like the one time in America's history in which the news has been an actual valuable tool for us to use.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Even at the that's a move. That's a move, boy. Ooh, that was a move. What was I saying? I got all high and shit.
Yeah, it got me all
right.
fucked up. We just out here getting deep.
Yeah,
Conspiracy theories, chemtrails, beef.
I mean, and what about that? What was I saying? That is incredible.
Honest to God,
don't know either. Golly, this chess game is brutal, man. It gets
it's hard to get like into it, and then like in the conversation you get back to it, and get back and forth. You're like, fuck, I'm in the game, and then you're like, wait a minute, the government's fucking us right now. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, for sure. Chess.
Yeah, chess.
This is us v government right here.
This is us. I'm gonna clear this and load this up again.
Yeah, that sounds good. I hope you're liking the scenery over there. We picked it out especially for y'all. We don't quite know what's happening, but it looks nice. Thank you, Del Toro.
This is what the slow slip into insanity looks like. This is day what of quarantine? What day is this? I don't know.
5th. It is the 5th of April. Oh, I have it right
here.
It's
the 5th of April.
Have you noticed that too?
But what's the day though? How many days have we been sequestered?
Sunday. 15 days. Well, I've lost my job. It's been 15. No, it's been longer than that. 20 days since I lost my job. Since we got kicked out. Since we got the boot.
Since we got the furlough.
Hashtag Corona sucks.
Corona sucks. But I love Corona beer, so
I heard they're going out of business. You did tell me
they stopped production. That's real stupid. They're halting fucking production of Corona beer because people are associating this virus with said cerveza. You fucking idiots. Are you?
Yeah.
I want to buy Corona just on GP just because they're getting fucked over because people are idiots.
That was bound to happen.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Why? It has nothing to do with it.
It was bound to happen.
It's so separate.
It is, but I mean, we think about it all the time.
You gotta be kidding me.
The general.
So you're telling me if there was a Modelo brand of virus, motherfuckers would just.
Yeah.
You think people could drink a Budweiser if there's a Budweiser brand?
I hope so. They should just stop drinking Budweiser because it's just not that good a beer, to be honest with you.
Look, man, it is the vitamin water of beer.
It's easy.
It's smooth to drink.
Like Bud Light.
I don't fuck with Bud Light. I usually go Bud Heavy.
If I drink anything, it's usually something that's on the top that looks like I haven't drinking it yet. Let's try the new shit. You know what I mean? And usually I'm not disappointed. There's not many.
Let me try that goat piss.
Yeah, there's not many beers that I drink that I'm disappointed in when I drink. So
there's been a few where I'm like,
it's not like I'm taking a risk.
Wouldn't order that anywhere else. But I get you though. I'm a fan of trying different beers.
Should we get to the grub portion of this evening's events? Are you ready to break out the meal for Thawt for Food?
The actual meal that we've procured for.
Did come equipped, my friend. Which one did you have? Did you have the?
I think
we both had ham and American.
Oh, I thought you got turkey.
No, I got ham.
Oh, see.
Yeah, great minds think alike.
There it is.
So here we are on our dinner time Thawt for Food. Lunch. I don't know if we can show these.
We'll blur it out like it's a porno.
So our Thawt for Food tonight is blessed with the old quarantine snack from back in the day. We've been reminiscing all day, so we figured we'd take it back to about middle school.
Oh yeah, we talked about. Did we do 80s music?
Yeah, we talked. I mean, who cares?
I was like, wait a minute.
So we got to do the dedication. We got to give the shout out.
Dedication.
We got to get a shout out. So I know a lot of, obviously, we're going to talk about the times. My mom has been a little tore up inside these days because she can't be with her family, be with her loved ones. And I know that's happening to a lot of people out there. My neighbor, for instance, Jerry across the street,
Miss Jerry,
is also experiencing a little bit of cabin fever. So hang in there, guys. This meal is dedicated to just kind of riding this out as a team, as a squad.
So everybody holding it down and staying sane.
Yeah, Mom, I love you to death, and as soon as I can, thank you for the meatballs. As soon as I can,
oh my God, amazing!
I can give you a hug.
Amazing.
I will.
Yes. Yes. Shout out to everybody holding it down right now. Everybody just maintaining, staying afloat. Who those of us that were laid off and furloughed or just lost our jobs in general, and those of us that do have jobs and are just trying to help the person next to them, good on you. Shout out to all of them. Just all of us as right now, as a whole, as humanity.
Yeah.
Holding it down.
Yeah.
It's a weird ass time right now,
Yeah.
and we're doing the best we can with what we got.
I'm doing the best that I do.
You know, so I'm thankful for that. I'm with that.
Yeah. Word up. That's the dedication. And man, shout out Italy and Spain, y'all. Keep holding on. Keep
stay your asses in the house.
Keep hanging in there. That's the hardest hit area in the world. I mean, I feel for y'all, and you know, hope we get past this together. On a brighter note, I am pumped that this thing has a Capri Sun in it. I thought it was just getting.
Is it the clear bottom though?
Is that what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What does that mean?
Capri Suns were molding. And kids were drinking them. So now they clear it so you can see it.
So you can see if the mold is in there. Thank you, Capri Sun. That's all progress, baby. For sure.
I'm lucky enough and blessed that I never had a stale and or fungi infested Capri Sun.
I mean, how would you know? Did it get them sick, or was it just
because it was
like
a green sludge when they tried to drink it. It was and then they like cut it open and it was like the slime. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah. I mean, I remember one time Burger King had given me the business. You know what I mean? I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and it was the Burger King on 38th and Pecos up on the north side.
The nutty.
Up in the north side, and I mean that was the only thing I ate that day. I had it for lunch. I was chilling at the Pecos Center with my mom, and I had it for lunch. And here, I'm gonna hit this weed real quick.
Yeah.
I had it for lunch, and by about 5 o'clock, it was over. It was death time. Oh, both sides at the same time, my dude. Yeah, one of those.
That's rough.
And I vowed it from that day on to never eating Burger King one more time. And I broke that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Several times.
Absolutely. I remember, speaking of Burger King, just throwing it back. Because, we were throwing it back earlier, 80s music. We were cleaning earlier, just jamming. But it reminded me, just throwing more nostalgia of Burger King. Yeah. When Men in Black came out. Maybe just Men in Black 2. Burger King had a barbecue sandwich, like a barbecue bacon sandwich.
Yeah.
And that shit was so fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how they get you.
I was like scraping up change and shit to go get them. Because it was across the street from the crib at the time.
Yeah. For sure.
I was out there. Man.
Yeah. That sounds impressive.
It was fantastic.
I've definitely cut back on my fast food.
No, you have to now.
Yeah, now you have to. I am 36. What?
And I am 99. Pinkies up.
What? Oh, when you do the
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Hey.
Yeah, man. It takes me back.
Makes me want to go drink out of the water hose again.
We should do that.
Hey, you know you lived a real good childhood when you had that cold ass water from the faucet.
No.
Oh, dude.
Or you would just set it up on that sprinkler that goes back and forth, and you would just jump through that bitch all day, several hours.
We were basically doing suicides in the front lawn.
Yeah, that's about right. That's accurate.
You're out there getting a workout and getting wet at the same time. It's fucking absurd. But
that is accurate. Do you know? It's your turn, right? No,
I went.
Okay, yeah, it is my turn.
I went there.
Yeah, you sure did. Because nice. Y'all see that? He just dropped it out of his mouth. That's amazing. That's what happens around here. Let's be real. This is a normal night at Knox Court, baby. Or we'd be playing video games or rapping. That's what we do around here. And I really don't know what to do right now. Oh, I'm gonna girl. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things get brighter. Yeah, or we watch Marvel movies until the sun comes up.
Dude, somebody they were talking about that on what was it, Daily Beast maybe? We're talking about how everybody's running through Marvel movies, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but not only movies, but the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all that. Yeah. And they're raving for homie that played Matt Murdock. What's his name?
In the new Daredevil?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could look it up.
Fuck is his name?
You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Oh, Matthew Cox.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds familiar.
Yeah. They're like, dude, bring this guy back. Like, and I agree.
For another season?
Just for like, as Daredevil, period. They're comparing him to Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He is Daredevil.
I agree.
He got an award from the American Association for the Blind. Did you know this?
For being like a
blind actor? They gave him the Helen Keller Award.
And he's not
blind.
He just played the show.
He just fucking murdered it. And they were like, dude, you're not blind and you played it that way? And they gave him the award for it. It's legit.
I dig that, no doubt. I mean, and if it was very respectful to, you know what I mean? And that's art imitating life. Like, I mean, I have a lot of respect for actors in the sense that, you know, they can portray a blind man in such a sense that it's a believable thing.
To the point where you get an award from the association that does everything with the blind.
Right.
That's just amazing.
That's cool. No, I agree with him. That role is his. That role is absolutely his. I couldn't. Who else? Who else could play that role in this day? Like, unless it's some unknown, which he kind of was before he did this role, right?
I mean, he did a few things. Because I was looking at that too. They were like, "Where the hell did he come from?"
Right.
And he did a few things like Empire, that HBO's Empire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was in that. He was in Downton Abbey.
What?
Downton Abbey.
Okay.
I probably.
Is he English?
Fucking that up, yeah.
Is he? Okay.
Seems like all the good ones are, right? Like, what is that about?
Let's not do that.
like Tom Holland, like it blew my mind when he was like, Rick Grimes from Walking Dead, when he had that smoky southern accent and then he talked behind the scenes, he was like, Ariel. I was like,
yeah.
Blew my mind, dude. Like, they're so good.
They are good.
Idris Elba had no idea.
Yeah, they are good. And it seems like the American accent is a lot easier to imitate than the English accent is, because there's not many American actors doing English roles.
Robert Downey.
I mean, with the exception of the great and powerful.
Yeah, there's a handful.
With the exception of the great and powerful Robert Downey Jr.
Johnny Depp.
Oz. Yeah. He's done English before, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's crushed it. He's just in that Fantastic Beasts and Where to Shit Him Out.
Yeah, he's been in a few things where he had to do a weird accent.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, I sure did. I moved my pawn to G5 8 squared.
All right. No idea what the fuck you just said, but cool. Sounds cool. I'll take that.
Sure. Oh man, I am stoned. Mm-hmm. It's been fun so far. Tiger King, Carol Baskin, huh?
Bro.
Murderous.
She did it. There should be a Dateline about her.
That would be interesting. That's probably what's happening next. You know, there's already film crews starting to put themselves together to try to chase this thing
Keith Morrison down. Leaned up against something with a leather jacket, talking mad shit about Carol Baskin. Is
this? They're gonna have to produce a season 2, aren't they?
They're doing an extra episode like this week. Like, well, depending on when you guys listen to this, it's like. There's an extra episode like coming. No, it's like this week. Like,
okay, that's interesting.
They're adding an extra episode to like.
They're gonna have to. I mean, because people are now hooked. People are now interested. I can't deny that I'm interested. I mean, I would like to see.
Would you be interested if you weren't stuck in the house though?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. For sure.
I don't know.
And. It's dumb. It is absolutely dumb. Like, but it has too many elements of intrigue for it not to be something I would want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where is it gonna go? How's it gonna turn out? And the dude committing suicide, like that's
yeah. Yeah. Travis.
That's
My man said
intriguing.
when he said he was having his last cigarette, like he was like, yeah, okay. And then he did that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's an intriguing story. I remember I was trying to tell you, like, every episode, you're like, wow. It's like, you're like, what the fuck? Because it takes a turn at each one, and Joe Exotic is a character all alone, by himself.
Yeah.
Not to imagine the cast of people that he put around him.
Also characters.
Like homie that had no legs with those dope-ass prosthetics. Like, that was cool as shit.
Yeah.
He was just proud of how he lost his legs in a zip lining accident.
Yeah,
like, homie, no, you can't just pass that.
And no, Gabe didn't give up.
How did you... You can't just skim by that. Like, it's a... Okay, you said it was a zip line accident. Elaborate, my man. How?
I mean, they happened, and, you know, he put his life back together and ended up managing...
Shout out to homegirl that got her arm ripped off and just went right back to work.
Managing a zoo, yeah, no doubt.
Managing a zoo, for sure.
But as far as Joe Exotic goes, I mean, I don't feel bad for him. I don't know about this free Joe Exotic bullshit. Like, I don't feel.
He's an interesting dude.
Agreed.
Say the least. Dude is mad interesting, and he knows how to sell shit. He's a salesman. He said it. They've always said it. Entertainer, salesman. I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Yeah, and you know he's getting ready to snitch everybody out and like.
Yo, my man said he had names. He's no longer in the community. He is naming names.
Yeah, for sure.
You done fucked with the wrong.
And then how does it get to that point?
Where you fuck with the wrong one?
No. How does it get to that? How does it get to that point of vanity for Joe Exotic to go from, you know, being a human being that's that out there? How do you get that out there? Is it something about owning a tiger? Because that's and it's just got him.
Got him.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's the kind of person, you know what I mean? I think it's the kind of person that's like needs that kind of validation in his life, and then overdoes himself in effort to be in the spotlight too much.
I think he was suppressed so much because he grew up in Wyoming in the 80s. He said he knew he's been gay all his life. You know how hard that had to be, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think he was suppressed for so long that when he was finally able to live his truth and live out loud, he did it to the fullest fucking extent.
Sure.
Therefore, you have this fucking Joe Exotic and even though what was weird though is when when you're watching it, he's transitioning as they're doing the mall tour, right? Into Joe Exotic, because he was still Joe Shibboleth, whatever the fuck.
Right.
And all of a sudden, as he's getting more money, what do you say? He was getting like $10,000 a show? That's fucking absurd.
Right.
For letting people touch tigers, like, and then you're doing magic too, bro. That was that whole shit is weird. Like, how are there two tiger people that also do magic?
I wonder how many people out there like
get the fuck out of it. The magic community's probably pissed.
I was gonna say, I wonder how many people. Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how many people are out there that have been like to a Joe Exotic show. And I was like, yeah, I remember that guy. I showed up at the mall one day. And there's a motherfucker with tigers, and like it was a good day at the mall. Like there's a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I would have stopped. I would have been intrigued enough to be like.
I think I would have been like, let those fucking tigers go, bro. Why are they next to the Mrs. Fields cookies? I'm gonna need you to get them the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody. There shouldn't be exotic zoos. You know what I mean? Like, this is.
All zoos are exotic.
There shouldn't be though. There should be like rescues. I'm with that.
Yeah, but like if you could put together, I mean,
I don't want to come see an animal in captivity, like, dude.
Right? Yeah, for sure. That seems weird.
It is. Let me come see this animal in a cage. Like, no.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Very.
But that's what we do at the zoo. Like, it's the same thing.
And that's the point. Is like, I don't fuck with the zoo because it's like weird to me. How comfortable are they?
I hope. I mean, especially the zoo. If it's a state fund, we fund this project.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like that has to be hopefully taken care of with the utmost respect to the animals. And I think it's nice to be around the animals to have humans remember that there's other things in this life that we actually are responsible for.
Right. Think of it this way. People are having trouble being confined right now in their own homes. Imagine being taken from where you're from. And again, don't get me wrong, some of it is, and I don't want to say some of it.
Is it too late now, though?
A good portion of it is some of them are being saved.
Right.
Some of them are endangered or hurt, and they're like bringing them back and whatever.
Right.
But the point remains that they're still in captivity, right? They're still caged. They're still, some of them are institutionalized. They can't live on their own.
Right.
It's crazy, right? Like you can institutionalize it. People are going ape shit in here. Hence why I'm wearing a blazer and a fucking ski cap.
Yeah.
Because we're going nuts in here. Imagine how they feel. We're just getting a little taste of their lives. We're getting a taste of these animals' lives stuck in the house. My son told me that. He was like, Dad, you gotta think about it. All the animals, they're quarantined all the time, so we're just hanging out with them. And I'm like, yeah, son, you're right.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, so...
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I just never been a big zoo guy. Fuck the circus, too. I've never been a big circus dude. You know.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Let these animals be. Like, if I'm going to do an experience like that, let me risk it. Let me risk the biscuit, get in the little Jeep with the nets and shit, and just, like, ride through their habitat and be like, holy shit.
But it's an enterprise. Like, it's an enterprise of people reproducing animals for the sake of profit, i.e. dogs and cats even. Like,
that got to a point we couldn't even control it.
I mean, so like now it's just...
but big cats though, are you fucking telling me that I think it's illegal now, right? I think that's what they said, that you can't purchase. But if I was bequeathed a tiger, it's legal? Are you kidding me? Like, could you imagine a fucking tiger in Knox court?
I'd rather buy a tiger than an AK-47. Yeah?
Nobody fucks with a tiger, bro.
Nobody fucks with a lion, bro. Come over to the crib.
Fucking king
I
could have used
it. I could have used it in my Kingpin days for sure.
Honestly, like, yeah, no. The fact that it's okay, that there's like a weird loophole. We're like, you didn't buy it. Like, I mean, he was given the lion. Like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And that shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't be able to own something like that. That is a majestic creature that belongs in its. The fact that there's more caged tigers than there are free roaming fucking tigers. That's a problem.
I mean, but like, is the ecosystem of tigers out of balance? Is there a need for more tigers in the wild?
No, I don't think there was an overflow. I think motherfuckers just got greedy, and then, like you said, they're breeding. Like Joe Exotic was breeding them, and then just. And they were getting taken out and not being replenished out there because they were missing mates and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, it off-balanced it for sure. That is why the numbers are like, that's why more people in Texas own them than there are out there in the fucking nature. Like, it's crazy.
I worry about just like walking around up in the mountains and like coming across a mountain lion. Imagine coming across a fucking tiger. Like, just, we let all these tigers go. Like, because we can't let them go now. It's not like we can break down the doors of everybody who owns a tiger and just unleash them back into the rural United States.
If you own a tiger and it's more than... what did they say? That couple of months to 6 months before they can take off a finger? And if you're living with it after that, it was all red, like you're risking the whole thing after that. Like, if you're willing to do that...
The upkeep on such a fucking...
Bro, I remember seeing pictures of Mike Tyson with that tiger in his backyard, and he was in like a diaper. He wasn't in a diaper, but he was in like tidy whities in his backyard with that fucking tiger on a leash.
His own tiger?
Yeah.
He had a tiger too?
Yeah.
No.
Scarface, bro. Once Scarface did it, everybody in the hood wanted to do it.
I've just never had the
urge to own a fucking big cat. No.
These cats are enough to deal with.
Dude. Enough. More than enough.
For sure. It's your move.
Oh, where'd you go?
I went night.
Yeah.
I moved my night. moved my night. Oh, it's an incredible meal.
Yeah, no doubt. Did shout out to
Who makes it? Kellogg?
to the homies at Seb's for having that.
Yeah.
That plug.
Got that plug. Yeah, no, this is one of the many quarantine episodes that we have on the schedule for y'all. You'll have to keep tuning in because we're gonna keep having fun with this thing and making it a regular. No, you were not supposed to do that. That changes everything. I forgot all about that actually.
Everything.
So are you? What is life
After all this.
Yeah, I mean,
Book of Eli, bro.
No, I mean, like specifically, like for artists and like for like our enterprise and like what we're trying to do. Do you think artists?
The game has definitely changed now with all these live DJ battles that have been surging through the internet.
Yeah,
you know, which I did hear Teddy Riley and Babyface punked out, which I might be wrong because it could be happening right now as we speak. But the last that I checked the Twitterverse, they were mad because there was nowhere to be found. So if that's happening right now, then word up. But if it's not, then shit. They let you down because that would have been a hell of a battle. And I was telling him because I haven't been on Instagram in over a year, so if I was willing to download Instagram again and get back on that shit just to check Babyface and Teddy Riley's battle.
They better be on there.
Dude.
Yeah.
The Scott Storch Manny Fresh one I told you never made sense to me because.
Well.
Jesus.
I mean, again, it's just everybody pushing to be seen at a moment where everybody's at home.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I kind of feel that way too because we're still doing what we're doing, the same as everybody else is doing, but. You know, that's if you could get up against Scott Storch, it's just if you're Manny Fresh, that's a good business move. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, is it though? Because he just went up there. I mean, again, I was saying Manny Fresh is exclusively Cash Money or the South. You know, I don't know his entire catalog, but from what I do know, Manny Fresh is straight, you know, Southern shit. Scott Storch, however...
Yeah, do you think a loss to Scott Storch is going to affect him in one way or the other?
No, I don't know how serious these people are taking it, you know?
Yeah,
I don't, because there's people on there just like calling each other out. Like, there was, T-Pain and Lil Jon yesterday?
Really?
Something like that. Yeah, it was yesterday, I think.
Calling each other out?
No, they were like battling. They battled.
Oh, okay, got you.
And everybody was like, I just see people's tweets like, oh, this hit, oh. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. He does have bangers.
Yeah.
And there's songs people are finding out that they didn't know that they produced. Like, oh, shit, he produced that. Like, yeah, he did that.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen a single one yet. Are they, like, putting it on YouTube and shit, too?
Yeah, I don't know. I just know it's on IG Live, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And it all started with, what was that? There was that first DJ that did it, and he reached, like, hella views.
Yeah.
I forget the DJ's name that did it. And he did it, and he got like
was it like an EDM
mad
DJ?
Views. No, it was a hip hop DJ.
Hip-hop?
He got like mad views, and after that, like people were like, "Oh, people are watching," and then it just started snowballing from there.
Yeah, the internet is strange.
Yeah,
the way it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you. I got you. Like something like that, something unexpected would just kind of take off. You just like wonder what sparks it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Boredom?
Just the right...
The fact that, it's like the right circumstances. We're all in the house. We got shit else to do. You can only refresh your Twitter, Facebook, Instagram so many times before you see the same fucking thing all the time. This is why I delete the stuff, because I catch myself refreshing. I'm like, oh, I saw this, like, what?
Was it like World Star Hip Hop or some shit, like, put it out, or...
No, I don't... It was, to be honest with you, I don't know what caught the wave.
Yeah.
I just remember there was one DJ that did a live. It was like, I want to say it was like 3 to 4 hour DJ set. I want to say.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and he was like bugging out and was like playing this mad hits, and everybody was wilding, like, and he like even pointed at the number on the screen, like, yo, that's that number, and like once it hit, You know, I want to say no. I don't want to say he did. He did some time though. I could be lying about the time. I don't want to. Let me not exaggerate on the time. He did a nice DJ set.
Yeah,
though,
for sure.
For a minute.
Got you.
And yeah, and whatever it was, it caught. That's what caught everybody's attention. That's what got everybody ready to fucking ride.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's. I'll have to tune in and watch them.
Yeah, that's again. It's got me curious. I'm definitely curious about it. Like, damn.
For sure. For sure. So, what about for us? I mean, is it going to be free shows and?
Hey, listen. If anybody's in the same situation as if anybody's in the same situation as us right now, and they're just at the crib trying not to lose it, the first show should definitely be free.
Yeah, for sure.
To give back to the people that are in the same damn boat as us.
I agree. We got a lot of work we've been doing at the house, including you working on a new album and everything.
That is correct.
And we're not supposed
making good headway on that. It's supposed to start chiseling away. I mean, it's mostly written and shit crafted.
Yeah.
Like I've got pretty much everything where it needs to be, all the pieces where it needs to be.
Right.
I just don't know, after this COVID thing, because I was supposed to start recording already, and this whole shit happened, and it kind of put everything on a halt.
Right. So it's pushing back a lot of projects.
Yeah, it's pushing a lot of things on hold, but I mean, it's also creating space for other creative things while we're all stuck in the house. Again, this is the prime time to get content out or to get people's attention.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's oversaturated, but at the same time, if you're dope enough, people won't give a shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
yo, that's fresh. Like,
yeah.
You could there be 1,000 things out there, and as long as you stick out somehow, some way, and you're coming with that raw shit, like,
yeah, I mean, they can't.
It's undeniable.
I keep submitting my stuff to things that look like opportunities and not really getting responses.
Hey man, as long as you're putting it out there, that's all you can do.
Yeah,
you did your part.
Shout out Thoughtful Thursdays.
You made good content. You made good music. You make good material, and you put it out there to the universe and to the people. Put it at least in their realm, whether or not they actually take time to look at it or whatever the case may be.
Right. You're
at least doing your part. So you can't say they didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I put it out there.
For sure.
I sent it to you.
And that's it too. Like, I'm trying to get back to the point. Well, not trying. I'm trying to remember the fact that, I don't do it for, like, the business aspect of it, which is what I'm, like, worried about might not come back in the same way.
Right.
Like, we're going to be dealing with a whole new set of rules and shit when the shit goes back. So, and trying to remember that I actually just love doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just love doing it. And it's a good time. It's a good medium to reach out to people. And that's what, I've vowed to do with my life is to do this. And if it's just, entertaining on the internet while people are stuck at home during quarantine time, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? And I will continue that until I no longer have a song left in my heart to be sung.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Yeah. So yeah, use this time to continue the craft, continue being a valuable.
If you're not coming out of this time with something better, with something more, with something different on your plate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're not coming just trying to better yourself in this situation, like,
right,
like what's the point, G? You know what I mean? Like what really is?
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, there's no more excuses. Every
there
project
can be.
Every project you ever wanted to get done, anything you've ever wanted to start drawing up or whatever. I mean, I get it.
The time is now, G.
The time is now, regardless of what. I mean, because, we all should be in a position in which we could help each other after this. I mean, the government cut a check, like, immediately. As soon as this shit went down, the government cut a check. It was like, we're going to have to help some people out.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to keep helping people out. Because
Yeah.
it's going to be a struggle to get back to somewhat of a...
I mean, this is going to take some time, my man. Like they're talking about giving it days. This dude was trying to, that orange asshole. He was trying to get shit cracking by Easter. You realize that's next Sunday, right?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
he's trying to get shit back. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it back. We're gonna get America stronger than ever.
I did hear that,
dude.
I did absolutely hear that.
What a dick.
I did absolutely hear that.
We can't get adequate protective gear for our medical people.
Yeah.
Let alone, you know what I mean, you wanting to get this done and all over with by Easter.
Right. Yeah, no, he doesn't. He was definitely the wrong person to have in the lead of the country at this time.
That's an understatement.
yeah, for sure. I mean, because I would have rather George W. Bush at something at a time like this. At least he wasn't an egomaniac. Like, he's trying to make it all about himself and about the economy and everything. I don't want to get into it. I really don't, because I don't believe, like, that's the answer. Like, I really think the way that, like, we get society past this shit is by empowering individuals to look past what the government is and can be for us.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, the more that I bitch and complain, the more it looks like I'm buying into the actual fact that they actually have say or control over me and what I do.
It's hard not to see it that way when you see so much bullshit that just gets, like, skirted to the side, you know? It's hard. I get it. It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
Because you know damn well that they got the hand up that puppet's ass and just running it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean it's not him. It's the system in general.
And I told you my thought on it was that the COVID, like, I thought it was very timely.
Yeah.
That all this COVID shit happened in China when they were having all those protests.
Yeah.
When people were pissed and finally speaking up against the bullshit that their government does and, like, the tight grip they have on their people. Yeah. They were fucking fed up. Yeah. And they were actually speaking up, actually putting it out there, and people, you know, basketball, you know, the Rockets, remember that? They did that, and they weren't showing NBA games anymore for the Rockets, and they were huge over there.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And all of a sudden,
right.
You know what I mean? This fucking weird virus comes out and it silences all of that. Yeah. And now the whole world is on their fucking edge of their seat. I don't know. Again, we could go down that rabbit hole for fucking ever, but yeah, it's still absolute concern. Like, when you think about this shit, like,
you're not wrong. Like, absolutely. And why did it take so long? Like, to get the information to us. They knew. Right. They had to
They immediately know.
That, especially in a place like New York, that this thing spread in Wuhan the way that it did. Yeah. It only took one. And these people are sitting on top of each other in New York, like, as soon as it landed in New York. Yeah. And that could have been months ago. They were misdiagnosing this thing. So yeah, I mean, it's we definitely need to get ourselves off of the tit of society. It seems like.
I feel like they didn't take this shit seriously, as they should have in the beginning.
Well, I mean, there was no benefit to them.
Benefit to them is, like, as far as them not be, there's no money in it.
Right. Yeah, the people who, I mean, I'm not talking about the government. I'm talking about the people that have a stake in the game. Because that's what I look at. Like, who's going to profit off of this? Who's profiting off of it right now? Yeah. I mean, it's not any of us having to stay home, and you know, there's the people that are out there looking for cures and vaccines to be the one to produce this to make the money for it. Yeah. You know, so For every disease, there's a cure, and it's only a matter of time until they find one. It's just like too many times this has happened.
Yeah, way too many.
Too many times. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where we go from here. Check.
And like I always wonder. If. Yeah. I always wonder if... Oh, shit, I forgot what I was saying. Thinking about... See? Trying to think about the game and talk about some shit at the same time. You get lost and you're trying to pay attention to the goddamn game.
It does get tough, for sure.
It does.
It does get tough.
But
we set out to do it, and here we
are.
A
difficult task. Wait till you see the next one, guys. It's going to be fun.
We set out to task, and here we are. Let's do it.
Here we go again.
Speed chess. Let's finish this up. So we can get these people along to their day. Yeah, let's go. Speed chess.
I don't know if I know how to play speed chess, but okay, I got you. Let's see.
How you been liking the Beethoven in the background?
Yo,
it's
mad soothing. Is
this something we're gonna have to do more often around the house? Listen to some Beethoven.
I feel like
in our ocean pants, our ocean shorts. Me in a headband. I haven't worn a headband since the 90s.
Yo, 90s were a wild time, yo.
Yeah, I haven't worn a headband since the 90s, my dude. Yeah, this has been a fun night. It's been a fun week. We've been
having fun.
We took that journey.
Oh yeah.
You can't move there. That would put you in check, my dude.
Right here.
My queen,
this right here.
Yeah.
No, so I feel like if they didn't... Are you talking about the journey on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Are we gonna put a Tuesday on Thawt for Food?
If we could manage that, G. I don't even know.
It could look weird, huh? We like our Tuesdays.
It would get very strange very quick. That's all I know.
I wonder if anybody is taken to task. That wasn't what you wanted to do, was it? Okay, all right. Now we're moving. That's what I'm talking about.
Now I feel like
that's what I'm talking about.
If we could actually manage to get that on film.
Yeah, because it would be. You're absolutely right. It would be a challenge to say the very least. I'm gonna castle this here.
Okay. Yeah. If we could get that.
It would be an absolute challenge. It is no easy feat to operate machinery
Check.
when under the influence of said fun stuff. Wow, that's a good move. I don't like you. Not checked. Now. Now, okay. So yeah, I don't know. We should. Do you think we should wrap this up and finish this game on the other side?
We can do that. Yeah. Right. Let them leave them in suspense.
Yeah, I just don't want the conversation to get dry.
No, not at all.
Which is where we're going. All right. Well, this has been fun. We will finish this game on the other side and let you know how we did.
Yeah, one love. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all doing good. Stay safe. Wash your goddamn hands. Stay home.
Are you gonna talk to them? Or are you gonna just look?
I see. It's how hard it is to focus at the game in this. Listen. You know I love you. Wash your hands, please.
Yeah.
Stay home.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Peace and love.
All the time.
From the quarantine boys.
For the quarantine boys.